Hey, we're District Hikers. I'm Dries.
I'm Jente.
This is the final tower in La Rochelle. It's the Tour de la Lanterne. Let's take you along.
There has been a tower on this spot since the 12th century. It was the home of the ship disarmer, so the person in charge of disarming any ships entering the port of La Rochelle. Between 1445 and 1468, the old tower was incorporated into a new tower. They more or less built a new tower around the old one. This new tower was equipped with a light and a massive spire, 55 meters high. This way, the tower would function as a lighthouse as well as a sea mark for approaching ships. This is also where the name of Tour de la Lanterne, Tower of the Lantern, came from.
On the ground floor, in the guard room, a model has been set up of the different towers. 2 cannon ports have visibility over the channel leading into the port. There are a few rooms in the tower which have flickering lights, so if you are sensitive to that, it might be best to skip to the timestamp we will show on your screen.
From the 16th century onwards, the tower was mostly used as a prison. Many religious dissenters, English sailors, privateers and military prisoners were imprisoned here until the second half of the 19th century. Many of these left marks and carvings in the soft sandstone walls, which are visible from the bottom of the tower all the way to the top. This large open room was divided in two to fit more prisoners. Doors and locks from the 19th century prison are on display, as well as reconstructions of some of the intricate carvings.
This carving was made in the 19th century by a guildsman. He carved a representation of the cave at Saint-Baume, to which members of his guild were required to make a pilgrimage before receiving their membership ribbon.
This room provided sleeping quarters for circa 100 prisoners. There is graffiti in French, English and even in Dutch. Here, a prisoner made a depiction of a ship entering the port of La Rochelle in 1872. On the left is the Tour Saint-Nicolas and on the right the Tour de la Chaîne, which we have visited the past 2 weeks.
Elsewhere, a checkers board has been carved into the floor. Nearby, a Dutch sailor, captured during the Dutch War of the 17th century, has carved notches into the wall for the days he was stuck here, ending at 48 days.
From the dormitory, it is possible to reach the machicolated wall walk, similar to the other 2 towers. At the other side, a narrower spiral staircase gives access to the spire. Prisoners were obviously allowed out onto this terrace, as graffiti can be found here as well.
The spire used to be hollow originally, but several extra floors have been created during the 19th century to house even more prisoners. Originally there were no windows, so new ones were carved into the spire. These have been closed up again during the restoration works of the early 20th century. As is the case in the rest of the tower, graffiti is visible all over the place.
The very tip of the spire has been made into a cell. This is where some of the finest carvings of ships in the whole tower can be found.
The gallery outside, at a whopping 38 meters high, provides an excellent view over the ocean and city and explains the tower's role in the coastal guard system. As it was back then, the Tour de la Lanterne is a landmark for anybody entering La Rochelle and a defining feature on the skyline.
That was the Tour de la Lanterne. Very impressive. Those prisoners are real artists.
And had quite the dedication of carving in those stones.
Thank you so much for watching. We were the History Hikers.
And like, comment, subscribe and all that good YouTube stuff if you want to see more of these kind of historical places.
Bye.